Hey guys, what's up? This is Vinnie Stevens here. Welcome to another video for my channel, and welcome to another vinyl review. I know I said in my last video that I was going to be doing another car video. Don't worry, that is going to be coming. I've just been a bit delayed. It's just been a bit delayed. So, a couple of things before I start. First of all, I'd like to apologise that I haven't been doing a video this past couple of weeks. It's just because I have been so busy with things going on and coursework, and recently last week I was away to Dublin. So, yeah. So, in this video, as I said, it's going to be another vinyl review. Today is going to be the first out of two Queen albums, and today we're going to be reviewing this. If I can see, if you can see it, Sheer Heart Attack. So, enough of me blabbering on. Let's get on with. So, who are Queen? So, Queen is a rock band that formed in 1970 and are still active today. Their classic lineup of the time this album came out was Freddie Mercury on vocals and piano, Brian May on guitar and vocals, Roger Taylor on drums and vocals, and John Deacon on bass guitar. The original members as of 2017, this year, Brian May and Roger Taylor are the only remaining members. Freddie Mercury died on the 24th of November 1991 at the age of 45. He also actually died the same day as Kiss's drummer Eric Carr, and John Deacon retired in 1997, but he stayed with the band shortly after Freddie Mercury's death. Both the remaining band members have never been both band members never have been replaced, but the original members have done like collaborations with the singer Paul Rogers and Adam Lambert. Queen also has had guest vocalists such as the legendary David Bowie, rest in peace, George Michael, rest in peace, Elton John, Robbie Williams, more modern ones like Jessie J and Lady Gaga. They've also have had tour members and early members of the band as well, but I'm not going to go into that. The band have released 14 studio albums, 9 live albums, 15 compilation albums, 7 EPs, 72 singles, 1 soundtrack, 19 box sets, and 1 other release. Now let's get on to the background of this album. So, the background of this album. So, Sheer Heart Attack is the first studio album by Queen, and it was released on the 8th of November 1974 by EMI Records in the UK and Electric Records in the US. This album discreets from their progressive themes featured on the first two albums, Queen and Queen 2. This album featured more controversial rock tracks and marked a step towards the classic Queen sound. It was produced by the band and producer Rob Thomas Baker, and this album launched Queen to mainstream popularity in the UK and the rest of the world. The album's first single, Killer Queen, reached number 2 in the British charts and provided them with their first top 20 hit in the US, peaking on number 12 on the Billboard singles chart. Sheer Heart Attack was the first Queen album to ever hit the top 20 in the US, peaking at number 12 in 1975. So this album has been acknowledged for containing a wealth of outstanding hard rock guitar tracks, and it has been listed by multiple publications as one of the band's best work, and has been deemed an essential glam rock album. So now we're going to head onto songs. So I'm kind of doing something a bit different to what I've done in previous episodes. So we're going to be reviewing each single song from both sides of the album. So this is side one, and this first song is Brickton Rock. So this song was written by Brian May, the guitarist. There's a story behind this song. It's about two young lovers named Jenny and Jamie meeting in Brighton on a public holiday. This is a seaside town in England, if you don't know that. It was actually a proper narrative at the time, such as The Who's album called Euphonia, that's how you say it. So Jenny cannot linger because she is afraid her mother will follow out how I spend my holiday. But afterwards writes a letter every day to Jamie Eggers on the day is not so happy with her. Nothing can my love erase. Now he is one afraid of discovery by my lady. I don't know why I added that bit in, but anyway. So this song has been played uh, live. Some of the solo was played at the closing ceremony at the 2012 Summer Olympics in London, which was played by me, and the song has been used in the 2017 movie Baby Driver, being one of the main character Baby's favorite songs, and this was played during the final action scene. So next, I'm going to move on to Killer Queen. Killer Queen. Killer Queen was written by lead singer Freddie Mercury. This song was the band's first international hit. It's one of the actually few songs by Freddie which he wrote the lyrics first. The song is basically about an upper class prostitute. The band recorded this track for the song without Brian May, as at the time of the recording he was recovering in the hospital, and this left him to fill in when he was able to. This song was the first performed on Top of the Pops after charting as a single. Okay, I kind of put these next three songs together because it kind of makes up a melody. But anyway, so Roger Tyler wrote Tenement Funster. This song is about the youth and rebellion, and he sang the lead vocals. The song kind of surges into Flick of the Wrist, which was written by Freddie Mercury, and then into another song which Mercury also wrote called Lily of the Valley, which is actually makes this into a melody. This melody was covered by Dream Theater on their album Black Clouds and Silver Linings. Now on to the next song. So now I'm here. So this song was written by Brian May while he was in hospital, and he recalls that the group's early tours while they were supporting a band called Mop the Hop. I think that's how you say it. Hopley. Yeah. This song was recorded during the last week of the sessions for this album. Now I'm going to move on to side two of the album. So in the House of the Gods, so this was written by Freddie Mercury, featured multiple vocal overdubs from him and Roger Tyler. This song actually features one of the highest notes on this album. This song is actually completely unrelated to in the Lapse of the God Revisited, which appears at the end of the album. So next, so Stone Cold Crazy. So this song was one of the earliest tracks Queen performed live, and there were several different arrangements before the recording of this album. So no band member was able to remember who actually wrote the lyrics. When the song was released, they actually shared writing credits for the song, and this was one of the first of many songs to do so. The lyrics deal with gangsters and made a reference to Al Capone. That's how you say it. This track has a fast tempo, heavy dissertation, purging speed metal, and this one has been described as thrash metal before the term was even used. Song was played at almost every Queen concert between 1974 to 78. The song has been covered by Metallica on their B-side of their song Enter Sandman on their 1991 album, the Black Album. Even the song actually won them a Grammy. Has also appeared on the B-side of their 1998 album, Garage Inc. But Metallica's version of the song is more aggressive. They slightly altered the lyrics, added the word, pardon my French, fuck, twice, and changed some of the lines more humorous for like more violent lyrics, such as walking down the street, shooting people at me with my fully loaded gun. Sorry, I had to sing that bit. The lead singer of Metallica, James Hetfield, actually once performed this with Queen and Black Sabbath guitarist Tommy Iommi, and he actually signed him Metallica lyrics at the Freddie Mercury tribute concert. Metallica has played the song as an encore during their 1981 to 1983 Black Album tours, and even a live version of the song actually appeared on their live. Pardon my French, shit, binge and purge. Now on to my next song. So, dear friends, this was written by and sung by Brian May. This song actually also was covered by Def Leppard and signed by bassist Rick Savage as a bonus track for their 2006 album. Yeah, so next song. So the song Misfire was written by John Deacon, and this was his first individual composition computation for the band, and it featured him mostly playing guitars. So next song. So bring back that Larry Brown. The song was written by Freddie Mercury. The song titles all dues to then the recent hit Bad by Bad Larry Brown by Jim Crow. That's how you say his name. A singer and songwriter who was killed in a plane crash a year before the song was released. The song was played, but it was shortened down, except for the very end and one other line was purely instrumental. Brian May ukulele banjo was brought out on stage for this song. So now on to the next song. So she makes me brackets Stormtrooper in like Seattle's. That's how you say it. So this song was written and sung by Barry Mercury, no Barry May, and with John Deacon, and both of them playing acoustic guitars. Its final no features what May has referred to as New York nightmare sounds, which includes BYC police vehicles, sirens, and deep breathing sounds. So, so reputation and legacy. So NWE wrote the song was his album was a feast, no drifters, and four songs that just run and wrong, Killer Queen, Flick of the Wrist, Now I'm Here, and the Obstacle revised. The Whippings Free press condensed Brian's May multiple track guitar, Freddie Mercury's stunning vocals, and Thomas Baker, what a name, and dynamic production work, calling an album a no holds barred full scale attack on the senses. Circus referred to the album as perhaps the heaviest, rockiest assault on these shores we've enjoyed in some time. Rolling Stones, said, "If it's hard to love, it's hard not to admire." The band is skilled after all, and it's theirs. John, guy called John Menton's son, that's how you say it, was on Impressed Ryan. I hunted all over both sides. Liz album for something, anything, even remotely as magnetic to earlier songs. Keep yourself alive or far too soon. Only to end up with an empty ear and a balloon. As of 1974, this drew close and was ranked by Disc as the third best album of the year and placed a joint number 24th on 60 albums to appear in NME's end of year list. All Music later said that its theatre is now welded on everyday affairs, which ironically makes them sound larger than life. And this sense of scale, combined with the heavy guitars, pop hooks, and theatrical styles, makes it truly unveiling of Queen's sheer heart attack. The moment when they truly came into their own. Q called the recording indispensable and one of the greatest pop rock mixtures of the 70s. Pitchfork wrote Sheer Heart Attack was not only improves on every aspect of their songs suggested by the first two records, but delivered some of the finest music of their career. This song is the band at the height of its powers. The BBC actually wrote British Broadcasting Corporation, if you don't know that. They stretched contemporary production methods to their very limit with multi-layered vocals and guitars, and Freddie's Vaudevillian struck finally emerged. This was the album that finally saw Queen and their true voice. A rock historian, Paul Flowers, wrote a concise history of rock music that Sheer Heart Attack saw. The band became increasingly focused on emerging cult figure of Mercury and his unique brand of rock theatre, especially on the single Killer Queen. So now I'm going to move on to the cover of the album. So the cover of this album, I do apologize for the light. it isn't terribly good because I don't really have a light over here. So the cover features the four members of Queen: Freddie Mercury on the left, John Deacon at the top, Roger Taylor on the right, and Brian May at the bottom, with the Queen logo in red at the top, and on the right of the title of the album, Sheer Heart Attack, with Sheer at the top, Heart in the middle, and Attack at the bottom, all in red, and the background in black. The back is the same as the front. Four members in the top. In the top middle, it's got the album in bold and red. Underneath, it's got the songs from side one, and on the right side two. So now I'm going to move on to Alkalides. Uh, so yeah. So Al Alkalides. I forgot to say as well. I'm gonna find the Freddie Mercury said, which is his appraisal for this album. So in the United Kingdom, classic rock rated this as one of the 100 greatest British rock albums ever in 2006. It ranked at number 28. Car- Carreg, if that's how you say it, also in the United Kingdom. Um, they did a poll for the 100 best British rock albums ever in 2005. It ranked at number 8. Um, they did another one, the 100th greatest rock albums ever in 2007. It ranked number 45. Mojo, also in the UK, did the 100th greatest guitar albums in 2002. It ranked at number 72. And the 100th greatest records that changed the world in 2007. It ranked at number 88. NME in the United Kingdom also did a poll for the greatest 100 albums of all time in 2006. It ranked at number 63. Radio Caroline, again in the UK, did a poll top 100 albums in 1977, ranked number 50. Virgin in the UK did a poll in 2000 for the top 1000 album of all time in 2000, ranked 492. Rock Hard in Germany did the top 500 greatest rock and metal albums of all time in 2005. It ranked 308. Mercury's appraisal for this album, he said, the album is very verified. We took it to the extreme, I suppose, but we are very interested in studio techniques and wanted to use what was available. We learned a lot about technique while we were making the first two albums. Of course, there has been some criticism and the constructive criticism has been very good for us. But to be frank, I'm not that keen on the British music press, and they have been pretty unfair to us Queen. I feel that up and coming journalists by and large put themselves above the artist. They certainly been under misconception about us. We've been called a supermarket hype, but if you see us up on stage, that's what we are about. We are basically a rock band. So now I'm going to move on to the tour. So the tour lasted from 10th of October 1974 to the 1st of May 1975 to promote the album. The tour consisted of 3 legs and 77 individual shows, and this was the band's first world tour. The supporting band members consisted of Six, Kansas, Hustle, Monogamy Rush. So now I'm going to move on to track listings. So side one consisted of Brighton Rock, Killer Queen, Tam Taming Funster, Flicker the Wrist, Lily of the Valley, all separate songs. Now I'm Here and Now I'm Here. Side two, In the Laps of the Gods, Stone Cold Crazy, Dear Friends, Misfire, Bring Back the Larry Boys, She Makes Me, um, Stormtrooper, and Sledos, and In the Laps of the Gods Revisited. Now I'm going to move on to charts. So charts on the weekly chart from 1974 to 75, the Australian Kent Music Report albums chart ranked it at number 19. Canadian R RPM albums chart rated it at number 6. The Dutch Mega albums chart rated it at number 7. The French SNEP albums chart rated it at number 6. The Japanese Ocon LP chart rated it number 23. The Norwegian VG Lista albums chart rated at number 9. UK's albums chart rated it at number 2. And the US Billboard 200 rated it at number 12. On year-end charts in 1975, Australian art charts landed number 96, Canadian art albums chart 43, Japanese art albums chart 32, and the UK albums chart 39. And in charts in 1975, US Billboard End of Year, it was at number 38. Now moving on to certifications. So certifications. So Poland's ZPAV 2008 when a reissued album, the Accra SV, it went platinum, sold about 20,000 copies. UK BPI went platinum, 300,000 sold. In the United States, RIAA went gold, 500,000 were sold. So now I'm going to move on to my review on this album. I find it hard what to say about this album, but I would rate this album 8 out of 10. Yes, this is a brilliant album. I love this album. When I got it, it was never off. It's got pretty good songs on it. It kind of moves towards their classic sound, and before that I only really listened to mostly their singles from the sampling digitally. I usually tend to listen to more of their later songs, mostly their biggest hits. But before I brought this album, I never really listened to their early stuff. It was kind of got introduced me to their early music was actually Metallica. Like I'm a big fan of Metallica when their cover of Stone Cold Crazy, and I started to listen to their biggest hits from this album and from their early days. So the copy I have, I brought this. It's original copy. I brought it around about Easter this year. A guy who, and it's actually one of my first original copies. A guy who had recently opened up record shop, something new in my town, never in a plasma shop alleyway. I walked past it a couple of times, and one day I decided to go in and have a look. I had no intention of actually buying anything, but was going through a box and I found this album, and I thought I'll listen to something new, so I brought it for about £10. I'm not going to try and change it into different currencies. When I listened to it, it just sounded so much better on vinyl. And this kind of has started off my Queen's 70s vinyl collection. I've got a lot more which I'll be reviewing. I had a chance to actually go and see them. We found Levant. The day they announced the tour, I was doing setup and I called someone told me because they heard me listening to the Queen, but fortunately it didn't go because the show was and the tickets were quite expensive. So now I'm going to end this video. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more videos. I do apologize that this video has gone up late, but I promise that I will be getting more final reviews videos up within the next couple of weeks before the new year. I will get the car video or two up probably before Christmas. If not, it'll be before the new year. And I'm currently working on another video montage of all the car shows I went to this year. So yeah, again, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more videos. I'm going to continue doing the vinyl reviews for the next couple of videos. So yeah, don't forget to check out my next video. It's going to be the second part of this kind of two-part Queen series. The next album is obviously Queen album. It's going to be Night of the Opera. Spoiler alert. So I guess see ya.